Chilling tales for dark nights.
Want to make sure you never miss a Chilling Tales for Dark Nights video again? Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to turn on notifications.
Man, what is it about horror? Why do you spend so much time just searching for the scariest pictures and videos you can find? Man, you gonna lose your mind you keep this up, bruh. We done been over this and over this and over this again. And you just ain't trying to hear me, huh? You know what, I'm just gonna shut up. Because I'm just wasting my breath, man. But I tell you what, keep your same energy when he come. You know, I really hadn't been listening to what my friend was saying until that last sentence. I said back to him, what you mean when he come? Who is he? He just sat there staring at his phone with his thumb just hovering over the screen. I could tell he was in deep thought. Bro, I don't know what been going on with you. You used to love this stuff, man. Now all of a sudden, you just acting all scary and mysterious, man. Now I want to know what you're talking about. He said, bro, you just don't understand. I'm not telling you to leave this stuff alone just trying to be a jerk. Man, I'm trying to save you. You're so dang dumb, man. Why can't you just, ever listen to anybody? He was real upset, man. We had been going back and forth for a few days now. But today, he was just all the way piped up. He got up to leave, but I jumped in front of him. I said, man, you ain't going nowhere until you tell me what's going on. Every day you complaining. You the one who put me on with the horror. Now all of a sudden, you scared to watch a dang movie on Netflix? I don't know what scared you, but, we need to talk about it or something, man. He just stared at the corner of the room. He was looking like somebody was over there. He said, it's some stuff I done seen that done just freaked me out lately, man. I don't even know how to explain it all, really. I want to tell you about it, but look, man, why we gotta go through all this? Can't we just move on, man? You see it's messing with me, but you just want to keep pushing me, man. Why don't we just play the game or something, man? Or go to the corner store and see what brought him on. I could tell he was real, like, man, he almost acted like he was just finna cry or something, man. I don't know if I should press him or if I should just let it alone. He upset for real, man. I don't know what to do, man. I ain't never seen him like this. Maybe he's just tired of the horror stuff, man, you know what? It's probably that girl he liked. Maybe she done told him she not into all that horror stuff. And now he trying to change and, get her to like him. I said, hey, bro, don't worry about it, man. We can go down to the corner store and chill, man. Go ahead, man. Let me clean up real quick and I'll meet you down there. Man, he got up. He left super quick. I barely even finished the sentence before he was headed down the stairs. I heard the door open and I heard him leave. I looked over to my little desk area and I realized he left his laptop. Man, I ran to it. And I opened it up, just to see if maybe, I could find out why he was so spooked. I I know it seemed bad, but going through this stuff ain't really all that bad, cause we brothers like that, man. We know each other passwords and all that stuff. So now I'm just sitting back and I'm looking through his YouTube searches. And I ain't really see nothing strange, man. You know, just the usual spooky stuff and twerk videos. So, you know, I was about to give up when I did see one thing. It was in his recycling bin. I saw a file called Sleepless Nights. I probably wouldn't have paid attention to it, but I saw he was searching how long a person can go without sleep. Man, had he been having trouble sleeping or something? Maybe this is why he was always in such a bad mood. Maybe he was depressed or something. You know, I know how life be, man. Life be having me upset sometime, man. So, you know, maybe he just mad about something. So I restored the file and I emailed it to myself and deleted it again and did the best I could to cover up my tracks. The way he been acting lately, you know, he might like just really get upset and just go clean off if he find out that, you know, I've been trying to figure out why he's so moody. So I closed up the laptop and man, I headed down the street. I was kicking it with everybody, but I was really distracted because I wanted to know what that stuff was in his recycling bin was all about. This file was a video, and it wasn't very long, but it was small enough for me to email without having to send it through Drive or something like that. Man, I wonder what could be on there. So, you know, once bruh now got stale, I crept up out of there, man. Boy, I can't wait to get home and check out this file, man. This thing must be dumb crazy if it got him up here spooked like this. Once I got to the crib, I opened the file and I double-clicked on it to open it. It opened and some text came across the screen saying, "Warning, you may never sleep again. Please stop the video and pass the file on to someone else." Man, this was too creepy, man. I'm talking about, you know, usually a movie start off with some narration or some credits or title or something. This mug just start off saying, it's too scary to watch, man. So, you know, I gotta watch it now, man. But then I thought, you know, I've never seen him scared before. What in the world could scare him? You know, dang, man, it must be. Well, what if he saw it? And if he didn't pass it to me after he saw it, could it be so messed up that he just said, forget it? So, you know, dang. This thing must be completely messed up. So, of course, I had to go ahead and watch it, man. I turned that mug on, and in the video, I could see the shape of a person sleeping in their bed. The footage was like old, grainy, black and white footage. Then the door to the bedroom opened, and a dark shadow walked across the room. The music was real nice at first, but then it got dark and scary. The camera moved towards the shadow, and I could see it was an old man. He was like, I'm talking about real old, like 90-something, man. Maybe even 100. And a man walked to the bed and stood over the person sleeping. He reached out his hand and put his hand up over him. And all of a sudden, the music stopped. And the old man, you know, he looked up at the screen. Man, I couldn't believe how fast he moved. he bolted to the camera, and you know, I hollered and jumped back, man. It was like he was gonna come up off the screen. He said, "You had a fair warning, didn't you? But you ain't listen. That's your problem now. You're too hard-headed. Hard-headed folks gotta deal with me. You know what they say about a hard head, right? I'm the one who gives the demons advice. I'm Mr. Nightmare." After that, he went back to the person sleeping and just stood over him. The video went on for a minute with him just watching that person sleep. And he had a real crazy way he breathed, man. It was just so uneven. And that person in the bed just tossed and turned like they were sleeping in the ocean. The video finally came to an end, and the words "I'm sorry" appeared across the screen. Man, I couldn't shake that little video. I'm talking about I couldn't shake it for nothing, man. I thought about it over and over. It played in my head like a million times. Just seeing the way the old man moved, man. It was too old of a film, so I know it wasn't no CGI or nothing, man. Like, it was just straight terrifying, man. On everything. I see why he ain't show me that mug, man. But in the end, it's just a dang video, right? Why in the world would he just shut down and act so crazy after seeing it? Some real stuff, man. It's just a dang video. You act like a straight baby, man. You know what? Let me call him real quick. Bro, what's up? Man, all you had to do was just tell me you seen that video and it just messed you up, man. No cap though, man. That thing had me in here jumping, man. I don't know why it's so scary. He said, "Man, what are you talking about? You went through my laptop. Man, you always pushing it too much, man. I already told you to chill." I said, "Man, actually, you ain't told me nothing, man. I had to find this out for myself. And if we homeboys, why I gotta go digging through your stuff to find out why you been tripping? Man, we could put this vid on the net, man. This thing go viral." He said, "Look, man, get rid of the video. Get it out of your head. It's more than just a movie, man. It's like a curse or something, man. Don't talk to me again until you got rid of it. Matter of fact, don't ever talk to me about it again, period." He hung up and left me sitting there looking crazy. I put the phone down and got up in the bed, man. I can't delete that video, man. He ain't even fully deleted. He always want me to do something that he ain't doing, man. Forget that. I'm gonna post that mug tomorrow. I turned the light off and I jumped up in the bed. I'm gonna put that thing up on Chilling Tales or something, man. That thing might get 1 million views or something, man. I was sleeping until I heard footsteps in the hallway. I ignored it, I must have been I must have been dreaming or something. I woke myself up, man, so I went back to sleep. And I woke up again after hearing another noise. I got out of bed and stood looking at the door. I could hear the footsteps coming down the hallway. And the floor creaked like real loud, man. I'm like, man, what the? to the door and put my ear to it. I heard the float creaking even louder. And man, and I heard the footsteps too. I'm like, man, why would somebody be walking so slow in the hallway this late? So I grabbed my little bat out head and I opened up the door. But wasn't nobody there. Bro, what? I just heard the float, man. Ain't no way, ain't nobody here. I went and checked in my mama's room, she was asleep. Then I checked in my brother's room and he was asleep. Bro, what in the world, man? I went to lay down again, but I checked my phone first. It was about 12 something. Well, I said, man, I got a lot of night to go, man. Let me go and get back to sleep. I had a dream, man, and I was being followed by a shadow. And it was dark, wherever we was, but I could still see the shadow though. And I ran through a long hallway that led to a staircase. And the stairs was old and raggedy. And I looked down them and I saw a man looking up the staircase around the corner at me. I couldn't see his whole body, just his head peeking around. Man, that was one old, ugly guy, man. I turned to run, but behind me, the floor was falling. Man, I think I don't like heights more than I don't like old, scary men, so I think I'll just take my chances with the old man. So I started down the stairs. As soon as I started down, he got back and hid around the corner. I could still see his foot sticking out. Man, I just covered my face up and I just ran and screamed and just kept running till I ran past him, man. And I woke up screaming like crazy, man. I got out the bed and ran to the bathroom, man. I had to pee so bad, man. Oh my goodness, I guess that was my body trying to wake me up out of my sleep so I don't dang pee on myself, man. Whew-wee, I'm glad I woke up, man, because I don't know what was going to happen, man. I felt like I was finna die in that dream, man. And then I let the toilet seat up, and a giant mutated spider jumped out and bit me on my thing, man. But I'm talking about shock ain't the word for what I felt, man. I'm talking about that spider ripped and it tore my junk clean off, man. It came up out the toilet and completely wrapped me up in his legs, man. I tried to scream, but I couldn't get out, man. The spider started just tearing into my neck and stuck his legs right around me and through my eyes, man. And I could scream now, man. And I'm talking about I screamed, and I woke up screaming for real this time, man. Whoa, what the... Oh my goodness, man. My mama came into the room. She said, baby, you okay? You in here screaming like that? Man, I thought somebody was in here, boy. Are you okay? Why you looking like that? I said, man, I'm sorry, Ma. I'm just messed up, man. I had one of them double dreams, them double take dreams, man. She looked confused. Like one of them dreams inside a dream. Look, I'm just messed up right now, Mom. She said, I done told you. Quit watching all that scary stuff. Then you sit there and watch it before you go to sleep. Where they do that at? What you think gonna happen? Here, get up and let's go get you some water or something. Let Mama give you a hand. She reached her hand out to me. Man, I grabbed it and pulled it clean off. Then I hollered and threw it down on the ground. She said, see, that's your problem now. You don't appreciate nothing. Man, I woke up breathing hard and screaming again, man. Oh my, man, what the heck is going on? Now it was morning time. I looked at the clock, man, all late for school. Man, I sat here and dreamed up the whole night. Oh, man. I got a test today, too, man. And all of a sudden, the room got dark. And the sun went down. And I'm just still laying in the bed, man. My eyes were adjusting to the light. And I was laying on my back with my head turned towards the chair in my room. It was this woman just crying her eyes out, man, staring directly at me while she pulled out her insides. She stared and I stared, but still she started throwing her insides at me. Man, I covered my face and woke up again. Man, this is crazy. What is going on? My mind is just completely jacked up, man. So, man, I pinched myself just to see if I could feel the pain. Ooh, man, it's still dark. And I feel like I've been going back and forth with these dreams for days, man. I got up and walked to the edge of the bed, and I moved real slow, man, because I was so nervous. Man, I just looked around the room just to see if anything in the room was off. Oh, man, everything seemed to be straight. I went to the window and looked outside, and the sun was starting to come up. Everything was normal. Man, I checked the phone to see what time it was, and it was a few minutes before my alarm went off. Man, I gotta go to school, man, but I'm so dang sleepy, man. Oh, I need to ditch today, man. My boy got the ditch house where everybody go. Even if he ain't there, he leave the window open for the squad. But I got this test today, man. I need to take that mug, cause I don't know if Teach gonna let me take it later, man. He probably won't, since I ain't gonna have no note. I don't know, man. I need to go ahead and go to school, man. Oh, I don't feel like it. But I sure don't want to sit around and go to sleep no more, man. I probably better off just staying up. I went in the bathroom to pee, and that dream of the spider hit me again, man. I don't know what kind of dream I was having, man. Then it hit me. This must be what bruh been going through. Right then, I felt real bad, man. I had been all on him, man, and now I see why he was like how he was. Man, I done pushed him super hard, man. All he been trying to do is save me from this crazy, stacked up nightmare that I'm sitting up here having, man. So I picked up my phone to text him. He had already sent me a message. But it was weird, though. It didn't really make sense. He just sent random letters and emojis, and I sent back a question mark, and he sent me back a tired emoji. I don't know. Maybe he's saying he confused because he's sleepy, man. I don't know. I saw it was almost time for the bus to come, so I got my stuff and ran outside. I sat on the curb and laid back on the grass. I stared at the sky. The sun was still coming up slow, and I watched the moon. And the moon just spun around and around nice and slow. I looked around the neighborhood and I couldn't see nobody else. Man, did I miss the bus? Man, mama gonna trip if I did, man. I don't feel like hearing her mouth, man. I just can't catch a break. I went to my phone and sent my guy a text to see if the bus came yet. But I stopped because the ground started shaking. But it was shaking to a beat. Like some trap beat 808s or something. Man, whoever this was must have had the biggest speakers in the world in their car, man. I could hear him getting closer and closer. Coming around the corner, and I saw it was the school bus. Man, the school bus had all the windows down, and everybody was just hanging out the windows, dancing and everything, man. I ain't never seen nothing so lit. I stood up and started dancing before they even got there. Man, I jumped on the bus and everybody just started dapping me up, man. The bus driver was so turned, she about fell out of her seat, man. She took off before I could even sit down. Bruh and them were back there playing their mixtape. Man, that junk go hard, bruh. So I make my way to my homeboy, man. He the only one not up dancing and rapping. I said, "You okay, man?" He stared at me and he cracked a smile. He motioned for me to sit next to him and pointed at all the people around us just acting crazy. He said, "You know better than this, don't you? You know this ain't the way, don't you? You know that everybody here needs your help, but you won't give a helping hand, though. Man, you just sit back and watch the struggle, don't you? You probably get a little kick out of it." Man, I don't know what in the world he was talking about. And it didn't make no sense to me at all, man. Like, I know I'm a little smarter than the average kid from the block, but I know he ain't expecting me to tutor the whole hood. I said, "Are you saying that I should be helping the whole hood in school? I know my grades is decent, man, but they ain't all that, bro. Shoot, man, you smarter than me. Is I'm even understanding what you saying anyway?" Look, man, I saw the video. I see why you acting so weird, but it's just a movie, man. Don't let it drive you crazy. He looked up at me and pushed past me and started walking towards the front of the bus. Then he got to the front and grabbed the steering wheel and jerked it to the side. Man, the whole bus went flying to the side and up on the curb and through the guardrail and into oncoming traffic, man. Kids were flying all over the place. Some even flew out the windows. The bus went into the air and flipped over. The force of the impact was like nothing I could have ever imagined. The pain I felt in my body was too much to handle, and the pain in my heart, hearing my folks scream and cry, was worse. Man, I cried while I looked around. I wanted to get up and help somebody, but I couldn't move. I started smelling a burning smell and it started getting real hot, man. I heard that school buses burn up really fast. That's why we would practice, evacuation drills. But that time is even faster than you think when you could feel the heat. The fire started at my feet and I could feel it make its way up. And I screamed until I woke up again. I was laying on the ground and a bus driver was screaming at me to get up while she was blowing on the horn. She said, "Boy, get on up and get up on this bus. Come on before you make me late. Always something with you every day. Come on." Man, I got up and got on, man. And it was just a normal, regular day. I saw my guy, man, you know. I walked up and sat next to him. Man, he dreamed, bro. I want to say something to him, but I'm embarrassed, man. He tried to tell me, man, but I'm just so hard-headed, man. And he kept looking out the window when I sat down. As soon as I sat down, he said, "You done messed up now, ain't you?" I tried to tell you, man, but you always gotta push for more. And here you is now, scared like a baby. I don't know what to tell you now, man. You just know I ain't slept a full night in months. Just know that. I was holding back from crying, man, 'cause I could just feel his pain, man. It's only been one night, and I feel like I ain't slept in years, man. I know I ain't been smart in this situation, but I'm kind of glad that I could feel his pain, though. I felt bad for my friend, man. Or I hope he can forgive me one day. We gotta get through this situation. We was quiet for the rest of the bus ride, but everybody else just carried on like normal. I walked to the school and I looked at everybody, just hanging out, chilling, laughing and acting a fool, studying and getting ready for class. But me and my bro, I was jealous of them all, man. Bro looked at me and said, "Stay woke, my brother." And he walked to his class and left me standing in the hallway with everybody else. But nobody seemed to notice how crazy I was standing there looking. I had history class first period, and I know my teacher boring is all life, man. Ain't no way I'm gonna be able to stay up and stay woke in that class, man. My teacher's so boring, I seen him put himself to sleep one day. You know what, man, I'ma cut. I'd rather just go sneak into the gym and play some ball or something like that, man. I looked at my class door and I turned away to leave. And as I'm walking, man, you know, I saw one of the school security guards. And not just any guard, man. Like, this the one who took his job way too serious. One time he ran down a school bus and jumped on the back of it and rode it all the way to a neighborhood because one of the students on there didn't report to detention. This guy was like a super cop security guard. Top flight. So he saw me, and I guess, you know, I must have just been looking guilty, man. He took off towards me like a bullet, man. I got scared and my heart twisted up, and I jumped back and I took off running, man. I ain't really want to run, but he caught me off guard. And I turned to look back, and he was right up on my heels, man. He stuck out his arm and grabbed me by my hoodie. He snatched me up and carried me down the hall. Man, I struggled and I talked trash to him, but I couldn't get free even a little bit. He took me to the discipline office and sat me down in a chair. He stood there looking at me, but he never said nothing. And I was out of breath, man, like I had just ran a few miles, man. I looked at the door and wondered, could I make a break for it? Maybe I could get somebody to help me. On the way to the office, nobody did nothing but laugh and say stupid stuff like, "Ooh, you in trouble." He reached behind me into a drawer and he pulled out a belt. I said, oh no, man. He ain't finna whoop me. Man, ain't no way I'm finna just sit here and, I moved a little bit and he lunged at me and grabbed me by my arm. He held my arm up in the air and he whooped me so bad, man. I'm talking about just all whack up, whack up, whack up. Man, I used my free hand to try and block the hits, and he just whooped my hand till I had to move it. Whack up, whack up. You know it was a bad whooping when you can hit a belt, go back in the air before it hit. Whack up. He had me in the whoop circle. You know, that's when you getting whooped and your parent just going in a circle with you. Just round and round, man. That's the whoop circle. Some of y'all might not know about that. He finally stopped and sat me in a chair again. And he started strapping me down to it. I tried to fight, but he was too strong, man. He strapped my wrists and my ankles, and he stood back and looked at me. He smiled and turned to leave. He flipped the light switch off and all the lights in the office went off except it was a spotlight up over me. I sat in the dark for what felt like forever. I don't know what he got planned for me, but I was just shaking and everything, man. Then I started hearing that uneven breathing again. It was coming from somewhere in the room. Somewhere behind me, I think. It was terrifying. Man, it was a feeling worse than taking a beating is knowing one coming, but you don't know from who or from where. I should have just went to class, man, and went to sleep. Sleeping in class would have been better than this. Then I saw the shadow standing in the corner of the room. I tried to talk to him. Please, man, just please let me go, man. I know I shouldn't have watched your video, but I won't tell nobody what I seen, man. Please, man, I know I watch a lot of scary stuff, but that don't mean nothing, man. I'm just a coward, man. I'm just too hard-headed to realize it, man. Please, just let me sleep, man. I learned my lesson. The shadow came out from the darkness, and it was the old man from the video. He walked close to me and rubbed my face. His hand was sweaty and musty, man, and he smiled an old crooked smile at me and said, I'm sorry, young fella. I thought you was about that horror life. All of a sudden, I woke up in my bed sweating and trying to scream. Man, I fell out the bed and got tangled up in the covers, and it was all a dream. All of it. Man, not a dream, a nightmare. All of it. My bro was back to normal. He was back to himself when I seen him. Everything was back to normal. It was all just a crazy nightmare. Never again. Oh, I'm not watching no more all that crazy horror stuff, man. I ain't about that life, man. I'm done with it. We had a good convo, me and my friend, man. We talked about everything, and everything been cool for the past few days, man. Whew, I'm glad we back to normal, man. I started hanging outside a lot more recently, getting up and out the house, and man, stuff felt good, man. Man, it's been a good day today, man. Yesterday was a good day. Tomorrow gonna be a good day. Everything been good. Shoot, man, I can't wait till tomorrow, man. I laid down in my bed and I looked out the window and I just watched the moon spin. I just watched the moon spin around and around until I fell asleep.
Chilling tales for dark nights.